Welcome back to Home Studio Production Basics. This is a series all about helping you up the value of things you create from a home studio. This is episode 14, and right now you're hearing me through the Sennheiser MK8 microphone. This video will kind of be a review, a demonstration, a comparison, but also, for a lot of people, it'll be the debut of this microphone. For whatever reason, I consume a lot of content, I obviously make a lot of it, I just don't see a lot of people using this mic. And it's a great mic in terms of quality, in terms of price point and value, where it sits among the rest. And for whatever reason, I just don't see this as much as I see the TLM 103, the Sennheiser MKH416, the Electro Voice RE20, or the NEUMANN U87 AI. This MK8 is so similar in a lot of ways to a lot of those mics, but I just don't see it around. So I'll explain it, I'll demonstrate it. Right now, by the way, you're hearing it fully processed, and you're seeing it up close. The front, not much going on, but in the back, you can see a couple different low-cut filter options, variable pickup patterns, that's the 5-position switch in the middle, and then 3 pad options, either none, which I'm using right now, or you can take away 10 or 20 dB. So that's a close-up look at this microphone, both front and back. I right now do not have it shock mounted, as you can see, but the actual TLM 103 shares the same exact mounting bracket on the bottom, the screw-in type, and also you can use a lot of the similar shock mounts for the 103 as this MK8. By the way, the MK8 also has a little brother, the MK4, similar build of the microphone, except it's USB-based and doesn't have any of the pickup pattern or other low-cut options on the back. So just so you know, the MK8 does not stand entirely by itself. Here are some of this microphone's main features. It's a condenser. It's actually got 2 1-inch capsules because it does a figure 8 pattern. It can pick up front and back. Obviously, I do not have it configured like that right now. 5 different polar patterns. You saw the switches there on the back, but the main one's obviously cardioid, super cardioid. There's also a circular pattern as well too. Those 3 low-cut filters, I believe it's... Nope, wrong side. 0, 100, or 60 hertz. There you go. Those are your choices right there. The 3-position pad, I said 0, -10, or 20 dB. And the frequency response range of 20 hertz all the way down low to 20,000 hertz at the top end. That's a pretty common spectrum for a lot of high-end microphones. 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz is the frequency response. I'll show you the graph in just a second. But of all that and all that versatility, here's one of the best parts, one of the most underrated parts, 10 dB of self-noise, meaning that the signal-to-noise ratio here on this mic has a tremendous beneficial contrast. The signal is high, the noise is low. So this microphone, when I'm quiet, it's quiet. You don't need a ton of gain to boost this up. You're not going to hear your preamp. You're not going to hear this microphone. Kind of like the NT1 from Rode and kind of like the 103, TLM 103 from NEUMANN. Very quiet microphone in terms of self-noise. Here's what the frequency response curve looks like. Now, this is the cardioid pickup pattern, right? There's different curves for every pickup pattern, but this is pretty standard. I mean, this is what the U87 looks like. This is what the TLM 103 looks like, mostly from the low end all the way up to the high range. Now, this does have a boost centering at what, about 9,000, maybe 9,500 hertz up there, but it's got that little high-end presence, a little bit of a dip around the 5K range, and maybe a little pinch of presence at 1.5, 1,500 hertz to kind of get the vocal, the cut in there, to kind of get a good vocal boost in there. But really flat, I mean very flat, let's be honest here, up until the high range, and there's a little bit of a push. And that's to be understood, and look, that's what you want in a good microphone. You want it to sound like this out of the gate, so that when you do process it, you can pretty much have total flexibility. You're not dealing with pre-existing cuts and boosts. Okay, we'll move on here to some considerations of this microphone. Like I said, the versatility, everything from low cuts right on the mic to pads right on the mic. If you had a super loud source, you could fix it here before anything else. the 5 different pickup patterns. That is amazing. For example, if you were in a more room with reverberations and a lot of echoes, you might turn on the super cardioid pickup pattern to try and eliminate some of that. If you were trying to pick up a nice stereo sound, you might use the figure 8 pattern. It's got a TLM 103 type quality and build, and let's be honest, Sennheiser and NEUMANN very well connected. So not just the German lineage, but very well connected. So you're actually dealing with a microphone that's not much different than a TLM 103. It's just more versatile and priced lower. Why would you not want to give this one a chance? Like a lot of good condensers and high-end condensers, especially that are sensitive and that are quiet, like self-noise, you need a treated space for this microphone. If I try and use this somewhere, and even on a super cardioid pickup pattern, like you're going to hear everything. So just understand, this mic alone not going to fix your space. Kind of like the treated space, this microphone would absolutely do best with a shock mount. It is that sensitive, and maybe you've already heard it in this video. I'm barely bumping this desk right now. Now I'm bumping the stand. Just barely tapping it. And you can hear that this microphone's pretty sensitive. It picks up everything. So a shock mount, yeah, would probably be, oh, there it is again, in your best interest. And obviously, too, mic technique with the condenser. I'm using compression right now so I can get all over this thing, but I can stand back here. It's not going to help me, this microphone, me being 5 feet away from it, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. So just consider that. You have to use the mic properly. With all these different settings, know exactly how you want to use it, set it up for that, set yourself up for success. Don't put it on the figure 8 pattern and wonder why when you talk into it from the top or the side, why you can't hear it, right? Know how to use this mic with proper technique. Okay, some microphone comparisons, and what I'm going to do first before you hear this versus everything else, I'm going to actually now turn off all my processing and let you hear this completely dry. Okay, this is now the MK8 with no processing. It's completely dry, and I've got it gained up at 41 dB. Here's a sample. The MK8 offers a great solution for advanced home recording applications and project studios alike. It is the microphone for people who pour all of their passion into their audio projects. The MK8 offers sophisticated options to sign off your sound with your own personal handwriting. The dual-diaphragm condenser microphone delivers warm and precise sound reproduction. Its 5 independent polar patterns allow for a multitude of recording applications and sound design options. You're now hearing the NEUMANN TLM 103, and if you listen close enough, you can hear my neighbor and their leaf blower. It's extremely annoying. The TLM 103 has quickly become one of the biggest successes in NEUMANN's history. Its pristine, clear sound is a modern update on the classic U87. The TLM 103 is a transformerless cardioid condenser microphone with a gentle presence boost for a stunningly direct sound with breathtaking definition and ultra-low noise. Here now is the NEUMANN U87 AI, the microphone I use on an everyday basis here in the home studio. The NEUMANN U87 AI is probably the best known and most frequently used studio microphone the world over. Its smooth and refined sound is as iconic as its elegant exterior design. The U87 AI is the standard microphone for speech and vocals. 3 polar patterns plus pad and low-cut options make it adaptable to a wide range of applications. Okay, you're now hearing me on the SHURE SM7B. I forgot to mention earlier, every one of these microphones is being processed through a specific signal chain that I'm utilizing. More videos on my channel to describe exactly how I'm doing all of this, but just so you understand, these are all fully processed signals. The SM7B, here we go. A go-to mic for broadcasters, vocalists, podcasters, instruments, and more, the SM7B is the answer for anybody looking for top-tier performance. The SHURE SM7B is a dynamic cardioid studio mic with a smooth, flat, wide-range frequency response, appropriate for virtually any professional audio applications. The SM7B features excellent shielding against electromagnetic hum generated by computer monitors, neon lights, and other electrical devices. Okay, so that's a tour of everything. Let's just finish off the video here with the MK8. I think it's a great microphone. Again, value, brand, how it's built, versatility, kind of a Swiss Army knife. I just go back to my biggest point of this entire video, how come I don't see this mic in a lot more places? I would highly recommend it. I see how a lot of different people could benefit from this as opposed to maybe other mics that are more popular. So the Sennheiser MK8, I'm putting my stamp on it. I think it would do great for you, and I hope that you can get this thing on sale.